Welcome to the Make Air Smart Ceiling Fan Leadership Training. So we are going to walk through and discuss and get you comfortable with when you're opening the Make Air fan book, what options you have in smart ceiling fans, what options you have in accessories, and then the just comfortable nature of being able to sit in front of an end user and actually discuss smart ceiling fans and feel very comfortable in walking around in this category. So first off, what is a smart ceiling fan? So what are we describing here? So we're talking about fans that can be controlled from anywhere, whether in your home, whether remote, on your smart device. You can add voice control via Amazon Echo and Google Home. These controls are going to give you full fan functionality, on and off, speed controls, light control, and then you're also even going to get that opportunity to add smart automation fan task, which we really get into towards the end of the presentation. You're going to be able to control light levels and dimming. And you're going to have that ability on full function ceiling fans to be able to reverse them for winter and summer operation. And then also the Mika Air product is actually a free app where we've kind of seen where some others are charging. So to note here, and one of the things that we call out, ceiling fans can last up to 20 years. So it's definitely important to select a fan that has technology that can upgrade. And these products that we're talking through today are things that can upgrade. And so as technology moves, so can the ceiling fan that you purchased. So talking through some applications, just where do we need smart fans? Why do we need smart fans? So we ran through just a few things here where, let's say you have a restaurant where you have an outdoor patio scenario with, let's say, 4 ceiling fans. You like to keep those in sequence. You're going to be able to dim those fans in sequence. You're going to be able to change fan speeds on those. So you're really going to give the ability for a manager or an employee to be able to have that full control over a patio, and even inside the restaurant. Another perfect example is a warehouse application where you actually have a scenario where you may have 4 of the Minka Air Jaunt fans. You want to be able to control those and how you're using those. And this is going to give you the ability to do that where you could have a warehouse manager that's able to run his operation and not ever have to worry about what the scenario is with the ceiling fans. Handicap, elderly, disabled. This is really just a scenario where they may use voice control, or someone may want to use a tablet, or someone may want to use their phone. And this is just going to add the ability to not have to mess with a wall switch in a lot of applications, and be able to go straight to voice. Residential applications, so multiple fan light kit dimming. We've all had that issue where we've had 2 ceiling fans on one circuit, and that RF control, when you try to dim those fans, the light kits get out of sequence. So this is a great scenario where using a smart fan, those light kits can stay in sequence. The fans, switching from high, medium, and low, they're all going to do that at the same time. And then also in residential applications, just controlling your home, a perfect example of kids leaving lights on. You have this scenario, if you've left the home or you think you left something on, you're able to actually look at your smartphone at that point and know, just in looking at it, that, hey, I did leave those lights on, or no, we didn't. We actually did handle that correctly. So those are just a few application scenarios outside just a normal ceiling fan scenario. So as you're selling, you have those in the back of your head that you're able to add that to people. So Mika Air, here's the cover of the new Mika Air 2020 book. Just a beautiful cover of the catalog, nice little sunset look. So smart or compatible, we're going to break that down. That's where we're going here. So you kind of see the 2 different logos here where you see smart fan and you see bond compatible. So the first thing we're going to walk through is this first logo. We're going to walk through the smart fan. So what is a smart fan? So right out of the box, a Mika Air smart fan, has a chip embedded into the receiver. So you don't need a bridge or any additional accessory. So as this fan comes out of the box, you're able to set it up on your Wi-Fi network. It's going to go right on there. And then with the download of the app, you're going to be able to control your devices from your phone. So this is smart right out of the box. There are no hubs required, no additional accessories. You're going to fully move into controlling this fan from anywhere and still being able to continue to use that original remote. And then you also are going to have your voice control at that point. So when we're talking about that smart fan logo down at the bottom right hand of the page, you know that fan coming out of the box, they're going to it's going to be able to be installed and go straight to using the technology. So what does it take to be listed as a Minka Air Smart Ceiling Fan? So one of the cool things about this is with the Smart Ceiling Fan collection, there's a DNA there, and there's 3 items that are going to be with all these fans. So you're going to have a remote control, whether it's RF or wall control. You're going to have an LED light kit, and you're going to have a DC motor. So when you look at that Smart Fan logo, all these 3 other logos are going to come with it every single time. So not only are you having a smart fan that, you know, is going to give you all these features, it's also going to be a very energy efficient fan at the same time. So let's check on the barn fan. So it's a very popular fan introduced in 2019. You can see down at the bottom left hand of the page where the arrow is pointing, we have that smart fan logo. And now we've got our other little details there. You're going to know this fan it's smart. You have a DC motor, you've got an LED light kit, and you've got that handheld remote control that's going to go with this. So as this fan's taken out and it's installed, you know, that you don't have to interact with that technology to get this fan up and running. You're able to just go out, install it, and move forward. And then the end user can connect with that technology when they are ready. So the Ellipse, here's our 2020 introduction. So what we're going to do is we're going to walk through the entire smart ceiling fan collection so you get a good feel for what that is. This is the Ellipse, you know, just a very distinct blade, you know, blade curvature, 60-inch blade sweep, and the blade tips actually elevate to give it a nice little detail. So this fan's going to be smart straight out of the box. You've got your smart ceiling fan DNA. It's all there. This fan's ready to go. One of the other things to note on these pages is on the bottom right-hand side is the smart fan little images and logos. That just helps to direct an end user that would be looking at this catalog or yourself to remind you, hey, this fan you can talk to, hey, this fan, you know, you can connect at a different level to thermostats and so forth, which we're going to get into further detail. Timber 2019 introduction, 68-degree blade switch. 68-degree blade span. The Timber's been a great seller for us. You know, LED light kit, as we spoke. This actually even comes with a light kit cover. So if you wanted to use the metal plate for a little different look, if you didn't need the light kit, you're able to do that with the Timber fan. Artemis, which is a flagship item for Minka Air. It's been such a great ceiling fan. So in 2005, this won the Chicago Athenaeum Society Good Design Award. So what you're looking at as a fan that really with the flagship model, Minka Air made the decision to add that technology into this receiver. So it's a great scenario as you're looking at this fan to move forward and use this fan in the smart ceiling fan discussion with your end users. Sleek, which is introduced in 2019. We had the ORB and we had the flat white. 2020, we've added the cold finish, which this one is beginning to ship now. So great ceiling fan. You know, really when you talk about a 3-blade fan with a 60-inch blade sweep, it really just has a fantastic look in a room. The Dyno XL, so we all know the Dyno family. The XL version is a 60-inch. You know, you're going to find this same fan maybe more in great rooms and fans with higher ceilings. So they went ahead and added the technology into the Dyno XL also. So here you have a smart fan at a great price point. Now we're going to roll through fans. We kind of threw this little sun and rain logo here. So you can note down here that the DNA's changed on this page. So now we've got a wet rated logo. As you know, with Minka Air, there are no damp ratings. We full on the indoor outdoor versions of ceiling fans. They are going to be our wet rated fan. So the next few fans we're going to kind of pop through here are indoor outdoor ceiling fans. So these can be used in several different applications. They're going to have the wet rating. They're going to have an LED light kit, DC motor, handheld control, and your smart fan technology. Concept 3, which is a new introduction in 2020. Just a great upgrade on the Concept fan family. Now you've got that center taper. You're just getting a nice curvature above the fan motor. So it's in the cold finish, ORB, white, and the brushed nickel wet finish. So it's a nice two-tone look going on here. Great introduction in 2020. Really expect great things out of Concept 3. Indoor, outdoor, smart ceiling fan. Concept 4. So here we have the down rod version of the concept. Again, same price point as the flush mount. So when you have different scenarios when you need a flush mount or you need a down rod on the same projects, you're going to be able to do that with this ceiling fan. Another thing to kind of call out here on the page is down at the bottom of the page where it calls out the RC1000 remote control. So we're actually moving into a new streamlined control system moving forward. So you're going to see the RF controls start to be RC1000s to help streamline controls moving forward. So that RC1000 is going to become very common in all the Minka Air introductions moving forward. Seacrest, you know, we had that whole palm leaf blade that was so popular. This is a nice new version where we've got a rattan weave blade. Just really redefines that clean coastal living look, where you don't have to have a big leaf up there. You can kind of get the look and feel, and these are going to perform really well in those type of interior applications. Molino. So Molino's 65-inch blade sweep. This is an indoor-outdoor fan. Great price point. You're going to see all the details here. So you've got a smart fan. You've got a wet-rated DC motor, RC1000 remote control. You're going to be able to talk to this. You're going to be able to interact with this through all the smart fan technology. So as we roll to the next slide, this is going to be a video that's actually going to show you how to interact with the Bond ceiling fan and set up the application. So really just kind of watch the details here. It's just a great way to kind of see exactly how an end user is going to participate with this product.
Right. Here's a demonstration of the Minka barn fan connecting to Wi-Fi with the Bond Home app. So first, just make sure that when you press the light button on the remote and you press the one of the speeds on the remote, that they actually work. So we want to make sure that the fan is installed and properly working with the remote. We then grab the Bond Home app and fire it up. I already have a few other fans on here, but if there's no fans, no problem. There'll just be a note saying to tap the plus button to add a fan. So we're going to add a fan. We have the option of adding a Bond bridge, a Smart by Bond fan, or add a remote control to a Bond bridge. So we want to add a Smart by Bond fan, so we tap right there. We're now scanning for fans. If this is a new user of the app, the user will be asked for location permissions. That's because if we know what fans you're around, we could potentially find your location. We don't actually use the user's location for anything else than finding nearby fans. So here we have a list of fans. I have another fan in the other room that I'm using for testing. I'm going to select the one with the matching, the serial number matching the fan on my ceiling. Most customers are only going to see a single number here because they only are setting up one fan at a time. We get some welcome message here. We tap continue. We're now asked to test the fan. So this is checking that we can control it through the app, and you see it is responding. So we say, okay, there's no kind of mechanical or electrical problem. We're now asked for a location and name of the device. Living room is good. That's actually where it's located. And the default device name there is Barnes. We'll tap continue. We're now being asked to connect to Wi-Fi. So this is connecting the barn fan to our home Wi-Fi network. So right now it is scanning for Wi-Fi networks, and it found a bunch of different networks. We're going to tap on Moria since that's our network. Now I'm going to type in my password. Any fans of Lord of the Rings will already know what that is. I hit OK, and we are now connecting to Wi-Fi. Depending on the customer's Wi-Fi network, this could take anywhere from 10 seconds to a minute. And successfully configured. Okay, done. And now we see that the barn fan is down in my living room. So I can tap on barn and go in and turn on the light. I can turn the light down to the dimmest level. I can crank the speed up to high. And then I say, oh no, you know, I actually am in heating mode in my house. So I want to go into winter direction. So now the fan will switch over to winter. A really cool thing is that the factory remote control and the app are in sync. Since this is a Smart by Bond fan, the smarts are inside the fan. So if we switch to speed 3, that just instantly updates on the screen there. So speed 6, speed 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, off, and shutting the light off, turning the light on. It's a virtually instant update on the app. Same thing with even changing the direction. If I change the direction here, tap. There, we changing the direction of the fan, it updates on the app virtually instantly. Otherwise, something that customers will occasionally need to provide when they're contacting support is the serial number of the fan. That can be found either on the top of the motor housing or by tapping this settings up here. And then you see here Bond ID. That is the serial number of the fan. And they can just tap it to copy it to the clipboard. One other useful feature in here is that the user can access help, so help center, and we can actually go into chat with support and open a ticket, either get immediate help or open a ticket by email or go to the knowledge base and read what Bond customer service agents have written on various subjects related to Smart by Bond.
So as you can see, very easy to operate with the system. You know, really an easy tool for the end user to work with. You can actually see how that product actually interacts with the fan before it's even connected on the network. And then actually how when you're changing that RF control, you can actually see that happen, you know, on the receiver. So really just a cool ecosystem that you're going to be able to work in. That's what your end users are going to experience. So if you have any more questions on smart fans in and of themselves, you definitely reach out to us. We're going to kind of move into the Bond discussion. Just to touch with what's on the screen now, this is actually a marketing piece that we have. This actually will go over a fan canopy. So if you have a couple of fans in your fan cloud that you want to call out, so your sales team knows or yourself knows, this is something that we have there that we can provide for you. So as we move forward, we're going to talk about the Bond bridge. So really say, okay, well, what about I put this fan in and I've got another room where I don't have a fan, or I've got another fan going in that's not smart. So the Bond bridge is going to be the answer to most of those scenarios. So this is a Wi-Fi control system. It's a $99 UMRP item. It's a wireless device that connects to existing remote controlled ceiling fans, new remote controlled ceiling fans, shades, fireplaces, all these things that use RF controls. Bond is able to actually control up to 30 items in a 2,500 square foot home. So, and then you're going to be able to touch on voice control and do all those assistant actions that we're going to talk about kind of moving forward. So what's the difference in the setup? So here's the ceiling fan. The ceiling fan wasn't a smart ceiling fan right out of the box. So what you're going to need to do is link it with the Bond bridge. So all you're going to do is sell them that Bond bridge item. You know, $99 add-on. This fan has now become a smart ceiling fan. So really what it's doing in the Minka Air book is it's duplicating that RF remote control. And so we're going to walk through that in a few little more details here. So here's the Java. So here's a page. Now you see down here, you know, it's a great selling ceiling fan for Minka Air, and we've got the Bond compatible logo. So now we know, hey, if I'm using the Java, I'm using the barn, all I need to do is add that Bond compatible piece. And these two fans are going to be able to go onto that same remote or that same application, and you're going to be able to interact with these in one home scenario. So here we have the Bond compatible logo. So then we're going to touch on, okay, so I can put this on anything that says Bond. What are the differences here? So the differences are, here's the Cafe XL, great selling ceiling fan. And you're going to notice where our arrow is pointing here that this says full function handheld remote control. So what that means is the control that's coming in the box, that's actually going to be able to reverse from the floor. since you have that full function designation. And with that Bond compatible app, you're actually going to be able to do the same thing. So you're going to be able to reverse this fan remotely. When you look at the Illuma Wet and you go to look at its handheld control system, it says handheld remote control system. It does not say full function. So the one thing you're going to lose here is this fan, you still have to flip a switch to reverse it. So this can still be a smart ceiling fan. You're just not going to connect with and be able to reverse this during summer or winter operation. You're still going to have to climb on a ladder and make that change with this fan. So you say, okay, now we're on a page and there's no Bond. So what does that mean? Why is that not here? Well, if you'll notice, the one thing that's different now is there's pull chains on the ceiling fan. So there's no remote control that's coming with it. This is it's got speed control, light control from those pull chains. So what you're going to do in this scenario, let's say you have 3 smart fans in the house and this is going, in a bonus room. So what you would need to do if you wanted this to interact on that network, you would actually add the RF wall or remote control that's compatible with the ceiling fan, and then you would add the Bond bridge. So you're going to actually add 2 accessories to this item to then get it onto that network. And if you're already putting a Bond bridge in the home, then you're really just adding those RF wall or remote control designation. So that's how you're going to turn this fan into a smart ceiling fan. That fan's still going to need to be switched to on high to be able to hit all the fan speeds as it communicates with it. It's not going to be able to reverse from a distance. You're going to have to flip the switch to actually reverse this. But you can get this worked into a scenario with your end user. One to call out, the Roto XL. So you're going to kind of notice here it has the 2-wire wall control system. It's not a fan. You're going to have that opportunity. It doesn't have an RF control. It's actually a fan speed control. So in those scenarios, we're actually going to steer clear of that with using a Bond product. So here's the back of the book. You see on your right, there's the Bond bridge as an accessory. And then you're also going to see all these other controls. So like earlier when we talked about adding a control to the Vital, you would go to the back of the book, you'd find it in the chart, which one of these accessories goes with it, whether you wanted a wall control or a handheld control, you'd select that and you'd see that Bond logo. And then that way you're going to know it's compatible. As we roll in the next page is actually going to show you how to set up a Bond bridge. So this is the different interaction for your customer with the Bond bridge. It's super easy, super quick video. We just want to get you a feel for what that is.
The Bond is the first product that connects remote control devices to the smart home, IR and RF. For example, ceiling fans, air conditioners, electric fireplaces, motorized shades, wireless doorbells, even smoke detectors that transmit RF signals, and many more. The installation of the Bond is very simple. All the user has to do is to remove it from the package, plug it into the outlet, and connect it to Wi-Fi. The process of connecting the Bond to Wi-Fi is the same as connecting any other IoT to the Wi-Fi network. Once this is done and the Bond is connected to Wi-Fi, the user can choose in the app which type of appliance he wants to introduce to the Bond. So it can be controlled from a tablet or an iPhone. We can choose a ceiling fan, bedroom, kitchen, doesn't matter where the ceiling fan is, and the Bond can be anywhere else in the house because the ceiling fan is an RF device. And the user needs to introduce the remote to the Bond. By clicking on the remote, the Bond will detect and capture the remote signal. Once this is done, the app will provide the user with a remote control, fully functional remote control. The user tests that remote control on his tablet, and once approved, the process is done. This usually takes anywhere between 5 to 20 seconds. So per device or per appliance, all the user needs to do is introduce the remote to the Bond, and within 5 to 20 seconds, this device or appliance can be fully controlled with his tablet. The Bond integrates with Amazon Echo and allows voice control of your devices. Alexa, ask Bond to turn the master bedroom fan to light on.
Command sent successfully.
So you can kind of see how quickly you can get this up and running, your end user can get it up and running. So we want to kind of quickly go over integrations. This is kind of that next level learning stuff. So we've talked about Amazon Alexa and Google Assistant. You're going to be able to use voice commands to control these products. You're also going to be able to use Samsung SmartThings. This is actually a hub that people are using in their homes. You know, it's a great way to go. They can control their ceiling fans with the hub, and then actually Control4. So this is actually a product that can work in Control4 systems. And so your home automation scenarios in new construction, you can feel very comfortable with the Bond product along with Control4. Fan voice commands. This is just something to touch on, something we learned. There are specific terminologies you can use with this product. You know, so a lot of times you're going to be able to say set your fan name, and then you're going to be able to say, you know, Minka Air 1, please turn on low, and you can turn that fan on low. But you know, the interesting thing is here we've got 6-speed ceiling fans, so low, medium, and high don't really work to hit all those speeds, and we've got the Beaufort scale. So the Beaufort scale, you're actually going to be able to go on with that fan and say, you know, Minka Air fan 1, please turn on gentle breeze, and that's going to put it on fan speed 2. So there is terminology there that you can work with. This is on the Bond website. It's something easy to refer to, and it's where you're going to get a lot of that back end, or your end user is going to get a lot of that back end support with the Bond company. So next level learning. So it's an open API product. You know, we've touched on this. It gives you the ability to control 30 devices within a range of 2,500 square feet. But the things that we've been touching on with home automation and doing different things, that's really going to come from this product, IFTTT. And that IFTTT product is saying, if this, then do that. And those are applets and that are written with that website. Your end user is going to go there. They're going to find the applets, or they're going to create their own applets. You know, an example being is if, you know, an ecobee product or a Nest product, these are open API platforms also, and they're made to interact with each other. So there can be automation set in where if the fan is set to 70, or the ecobee thermostat is set to 72 degrees or rises to 72 degrees, it will actually turn that fan on low in the room until that temperature in the room goes back to 71 degrees. So it's really just trying to help you keep from getting to 73 degrees and being uncomfortable. But that's where the home automation comes in. You know, it's really going to be an end user driven thing, and a thing that they can go to Bond, that there's definite resources there with Bond. So what gets us in a smart fan discussion? So really, are you interested in purchasing a new ceiling fan? You're in that discussion. Does your existing ceiling fan have a remote control? So if it's someone that's in a retail situation and you're selling them a Minka Air smart fan and they have other fans in their room or in their home, they're actually going to be able to add on that Bond, and they could connect and they could have a couple of smart ceiling fans. Are you looking to try to expand the smart devices in your home? Do you own Amazon Echo or Google Home devices? Do you own a smart thermostat? Are there items in your home you wish were smart? Are you tired of losing remotes? Would you like to control your temperature automatically? Are you looking for energy savings? Or do you have family members who are elderly or disabled? So these are all discussions that put us on this path. And as you see with, you know, Minka Air smart fans, and then also that Bond accessory piece, these are all things that really can drive this discussion for us. So us versus, or Minka Air, Bond versus the competition. So this is a Wi-Fi Alliance compliant product. So that helps to reduce the router compatibility issues. Product works even during an internet outage. Fastest control response time, secure USA-based cloud, Wi-Fi network or password changes can happen without getting on a ladder. It can support multiple ceiling fans on a single electrical circuit. Voice control of fan speed, light, brightness, and direction. Of course, we talked about the control system, Control4, and the ability for the Bond products to participate with that. Instant customer support via in-app chat, and an open source developer community. So as we're talking about customer support, you know, Bond Home is there from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. They are going to be able to engage with your customers. They can engage live with your customers via chat. You know, there's a lot of resources there on their website. So really, this is going to be the conduit, and what their experience is going to be post-purchase, that Bond is there as a third party to actually help them. Thank you for your time, and please forward us any questions you have.